Hello, everyone. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Tonight we have a Link to the Past, No Major Glitches match for you in League Season 2. Tonight we have Light World Round 4. This is between Kaesden and Retro. And on comms, we have Misanthropic Buddha and Fox Lisk, and they will take it from here.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to, well, for me, the After Dark version of our race. And Fox, how are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about you? Are you gonna make it through the whole stream?
We'll see. If I start to drift off, then you know it means I didn't.
All right. I'll do my best to keep you awake.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be looking for your insights as always. According to my notes here, all 2 minutes beforehand, because I did wake up from a nap before this, they are both 2-1 coming into this final round here. Kaesden has, according to his, because I can see his splits, a 128-20, whereas Retro has a 127-27. But yeah, so what are you looking forward to in this particular race tonight, Fox?
I'm looking forward to Zelda. I like Zelda. I think this should be a good one. These guys are both sort of similar skill level. They're both, of course, this is a Swiss bracket, so they're both 2-1, which means they've both been playing pretty well this past month. I don't know as much about Kaesden, but I know that Retro, a little bit of an up-and-coming runner, except that then he had a kid, so he can't grind as hard as he was doing. But he was grinding really hard the last few months, getting a lot better, and it's been cool to see him come up, and I think this should be a good race.
Excellent. Yes, it is always a shame whenever kids get in the way here.
Yeah, for sure. It's just the worst. Reproducing. Oh my god.
Well, those are thoughts for another time. And so, of course, though, we have what appears to be the rare console versus emulator. So, is there going to be any sort of disadvantages or advantages for one runner or the other?
I mean, not really. Console is a tiny bit faster on the frame rate, but it's modern emulators are really, really close, so that should be very marginal. A lot of people say that the input delay is an issue on emulator, but I think that if you're like a dedicated emulator player, you can get a setup with pretty slow or pretty slight input delay, so shouldn't be a big deal. The main issue for Retro is that we can see his input, so we can make fun of him if he's not pumping hard enough or whatever.
Right, and of course, that's always going to be something that we will be closely observing. And I guess, I would say for you to explain pumping, but we don't have to. We can just have the bot do that for us. So you don't have to worry about that. So this is true. Input, actually seeing the inputs here, will have the ability to have all easy analysis, and for Fox to be able to say whether he's really doing things properly or not. As it appears both managed to get through the courtyard there. And now I guess really the first bit will be this hallway coming up to see how the guards position themselves, if they may have to do some extra wiggling around. But no, not too bad. Coming across now to the first key guard here. We'll see if what type of strategies they employ. Both get the spin, and yeah, both get the key next to the door, so very good. Is there, for that key guard, is there a faster strat for that?
Yeah, you can do what's called left slash, where you do a poke spin instead of a double spin, and it saves like 10 frames, except it's like 100 times harder. So almost nobody goes for it. The risk reward is pretty bad.
Of course. And now, see how the guard... Okay, well, didn't have to make any adjustments for the guard, able to get those. Now for the second key guard.
Oh, Kaesden having a little trouble.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of trouble there. Couldn't get the spin off, instead got the poke, so that wasn't good. And then he had to go chase after the guard, but managed to recover mostly well. So now the next little, I guess, possible variance is whether it's 8 slash or the 1 pot and the 4 slash. I don't know what either runner's going to do here.
Retro booming that guy, yeah, indicates that he wants to do a 1 pot. One pot is really almost as fast. Oh my gosh, Kaesden, be careful. Oh, that's really bad. That's not a good way to start off a race.
Absolutely not. Just Just see Dow's comment. So, all right then, the old death and escape. So yeah, you have to be careful with that, just because. I mean, as you saw there, the ball and chain guard can be hits a little hard, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does 1 heart per hit, and we only have 3 hearts here, so definitely that's happened to everybody. You don't have to kill this guard; you already have the key.
Right.
This is not a segment that most people have gone through, though. You generally just reset if you die that early in the run.
Right, and so I guess how much because yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this. How much time, or how far behind now will Kaesden be after having to go all the way back, do this all over again?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would guess a little over a minute. We can check their throne room entry times and see what they both get there.
Ku in chat says about 90 seconds.
I think it should be a little less than that, but we'll see. Might be
Okay.
wrong.
So now Retro 421 coming into the throne room. Yeah, the eight slash is definitely very, very tricky. At least it seems, just trying to position the ball and chain guard right and not having them, fly all over, flop all over the place with how you hit it.
Yeah, it's Retro trying to go around that rat and walks right into it. It's it's weird. The hitboxes on the ball and chain guy are weird, and when he starts his attack, he tends to clink your sword, so you'll try to slash him and you'll clink his attack instead, and then get off rhythm and take damage and stuff. It's pretty dangerous, actually.
Right. And so, didn't realize the guard. I guess that's true. You can actually just walk past the guard when he's in there.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised that guard was alive on the way back, but
right. Anyway, so Retro, good key rat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
really bad door rat though.
Yeah. So now, making the way up top here.
Oh, Kaesden showing off the boom getting eaten by the eye beams.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wasn't quite sure what happened there. It looked like he threw it and then nothing happened.
Yeah, the way that guards detect where Link is so that they know to chase after him is they shoot out invisible bullets at you. And for some reason, your boomerang can interact with those invisible bullets.
Oh.
I wasn't looking, but it looks like Ku was about right, and it is about 90-second difference, roughly.
Yeah, I actually forgot to write it down, so I actually just made note of the escape time. Oh, Ku. Yeah, Ku, 94 seconds. All right.
It's actually Ku 59, but close.
It's all right. Like I said, I'm getting a little tired. The eyes are getting a little bit wild. Our eyes are getting a little bit cross-eyed. Ooh, Kaesden had a bit of a
bad
tough,
snakes,
tough snake pattern there, but managed to get through it somewhat. And of course, for Retro, not too much to really say. His path to Eastern. You just have to kind of be aware of the Octa Rocks and a little bit regarding the actual palace overworld, but we'll see when he comes across there.
Yeah, this is a pretty tricky overworld to do fast, but you don't expect to lose like huge chunks of time or die or anything like that.
No,
really easy to lose 20 frames a bunch of times, though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Kaesden having a bit of trouble there with the key rat room after getting the key, but managed to get through. Fortunately, I believe, what is it, quarter heart for the rats?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can kind of tank those without too much problem there. And now, Kaesden, no rat frames, unfortunately.
Oh, the rat went the wrong way.
Yeah, and that was a 732 escape. So there we go.
There we go. So that's a pretty big deficit for Kaesden already. It's not impossible by any means. There's a lot of mistakes that cost more than that amount of time in this game, but obviously a pretty big lead for Retro.
Yes, it definitely is. I would guess from prior experience, it really, Retro would have to take a death somewhere or really bad aga luck.
Probably, yeah.
But also, as at least I've seen from a lot of the previous races, Moldorm really seems to want to be a game changer for many.
Yeah, it's like pretty easy to fall on Moldorm and then tilt off and die in the refight, and then suddenly they're tied again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so definitely, plenty of race. Definitely not a reason to give up or think that it's all over.
Oh yeah, no. This game is really, really tough. We've had a lot of deaths in this tournament.
Yes, yeah, we have, and definitely in places where I don't know. I guess they wouldn't be as expected. Kaesden, though, having a little bit of trouble, though, looks like in this overworld, getting beat up a little bit. First of the Octoroks, and now over here in the overworld.
Yeah, he should be fine. There's 2 hearts he can grab in here that are pretty fast, so not a big deal. Should be fine. Retro getting through the first really dangerous trick room of the game, where he did the deboost to get to that switch ahead of schedule. Oh, nice cannonballs from Kaesden. Let's go.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. And the time save is happening already, folks. And so Retro getting himself, having to work his way around the Stalfos, but gets himself up to the dark room. And now let's see, Stalfos. Yep, gets the heart, and like you said, with it just like that, back to full heart. So no big deal there.
Yeah, everything should be fine from here, health-wise.
Yeah. And so
Retro doing a little wobble on his way to the door in the anti-fairy room.
A little bit of a dance there. Be curious to see. He's trying. I don't know if he's trying some sort of new pumping technique that I'm not familiar with. Zelda game room though goes well.
Yeah, good pattern. Oh, and he gets $20 already.
Look at
but
that.
No drops. Well, he got the first drop, I guess. Okay, so he's good to go.
All right, let's see now if he can count to 18. So far, so good. Makes his way down here. Just let Armos come to him. He does count to 18. Look at that.
Successful.
Yep. And a low pendant grab as well. So, okay. So very good. So Retro not having any problems here. Now let's see how Kaesden does with the deboost. Bit of a difficulty there, but fortunately getting those hearts really useful.
Yeah, that's one of the things that it's nice to have Sank Heart for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sank Heart can be, I think, most notably it's useful for this, and I think, what would you say, probably for Helma at the very least, amongst other places, but...
I generally think that Helmasaur and Death Mountain are the main use cases for Sank Heart.
Yeah,
but,
no, I definitely agree with that, because Death Mountain, it just always seems to be a bit of a kind of an RNG nightmare.
Oh yeah, Death Mountain's terrible. Lives up to its name. Maybe not today. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. So Retro now going to attempt the spin speed and gets it.
First try.
Look at that. Oh.
This is normal gameplay. That's how you did this screen as a kid, right?
As always.
Yeah.
As always. Couldn't read any of the text though, so.
No, that's okay.
And then another good ZGR for Kaesden. Full 30 arrows. Misses the drop. Misses the 20 though, so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, not a huge deal. Let's see now. Can you count to 18 as well?
Retro, meanwhile, not going for unholy spin speed. Oh,
unfortunately,
counted to 19.
Counted 19, so that's unfortunate there, but...
Still has more arrows than Retro.
Very true. Yeah, Retro not going for unholy spin speed. What is the... I know, because I've said it in every race. What is the time save, though, versus not going for it?
So the splice or whatever, the comparison video has it at around 30 frames. I actually just timed it for myself, and with my normal execution, I was saving 10 frames or less. So I don't know. Not very much in practice, I think, unless you're really god gaming.
Right. Okay. And then also what's neat about with Kaesden there, as you can see there, as a comparison to what Retro did earlier, you can actually talk to Sahasrahla and a few other people and items. You don't have to actually touch them. You can kind of yell at them from a distance.
Yeah. Oh, Retro. Okay, getting through that fine. He wanted to dash through that bush and accidentally nudged around it instead, and it's pretty easy to start getting hit by everything if that happens. But he made it through pretty well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, nudging when you think you're gonna go through it is always a recipe for disaster.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, first one there, and we'll see as Kaesden now making his way to the library. See if he'll try for the unholy spin speed or if he will opt for safer strats. And nope, we'll just do the normal, which probably is for the best.
Probably, but spin speed is fun.
While it is fun, it always seems to be the whenever someone has an off day during a run, that always seems to be the first thing to go.
It's very frustrating to miss because it's a frame perfect trick, but the fast zooming around is fun, but missing spin speed sucks, and you just have to decide which one is more important to you.
Right. And Kaesden did get it first try down the stairs, whereas Retro had to do 2 attempts.
That's true.
Now we'll see
Cannonballs
how...
here is a
Mm-hmm.
dumb RNG room.
Mm.
Not great RNG there. See if he can get a clean dash out.
And he does, though.
There we go.
Oh, Kaesden unfortunately got a little bit of love tap from the guard outside of Link's house, which that can happen.
Usually that happens if you try to dash too far left, be a little greedy.
Right. And now Kaesden has to make a little adjustment there to avoid the cactus. And taking a quick peek here, Retro doing fine on his rupee count, so no need to... Oh, something just flew across Kaesden's screen there.
Yep. Follow alert or something.
I assume so. I got confused for about half a second. And then, yeah. So all in all here, Kaesden still, doing fine. No egregious errors, nothing crazy. Looking solid so far. As now Retro... Looks like Retro did do the spin speed.
No, Retro did not opt to do the spin speed.
Oh, he did not. Sorry.
Yeah. Maybe Kaesden, well, maybe not. It's one of the most dangerous spin speeds in the run. It's not like super hard, but the cost of failing it is that you fall off the cliff and have to redo half of desert.
Correct.
So pretty popular to skip in runs, even for players who go for it, or to skip in races. I mean, even if you go for it in PB attempts.
Right. And Retro got himself, though, a good Popo genocide. The Popos seem to cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, looking at Kaesden getting the good RNG. So you just have to dash through without having to stutter step at all.
Retro successfully lighting all 4 torches without walking into the Igor, which is surprisingly difficult.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, happens more often than you think, because you think it would just be easy walking around them, but definitely not. Now, of course... yes, so now one of those... Moldorm, Jesus. Landmo. You clearly see how tired I am now. I'm confusing the worms again. Landmo, though, always a fun time, and I mean that in quotes, because it's tough to practice. Ooh. There's a lot of patterns and a lot of RNG that can happen here, but seemed to handle it pretty well.
He lost the 3 cycle, but cleaned up a nice 4. Not too bad.
Yeah. Kaesden also opting not to do spin speed. Probably a good call.
Yeah.
For the reason you just said. Okay, so now, let's see here, 17. Look, we got 17-19 from leaving desert.
Retro going to come up on the first major glitch of the run. He's coming up on a trick called Fake Flippers, which is... I'm not going to go into extreme detail about it, but basically, if you get hit in the middle of it, you're in a lot of trouble. And normally you have to forfeit your run, but in this race setting, we will allow him to save and quit if that happens. But probably nothing will happen, and you won't even know what I'm talking about. Nice crab hit. Ugh.
And Kaesden does manage to get around the Igor. And yeah, Retro manages to get in to the portal without getting touched. As you just said, that was really the big worry whenever that happens.
Yep. And so that just cuts out a bunch of overworld running.
Yes. Meanwhile,
Ooh. Kaesden taking a rock to the face on the first cycle. That makes it pretty hard to get a lot of damage in.
right. And so I believe, again, it's 4 arrows, or every sword slash counts as, I guess, half of an arrow of damage,
Right.
if you're going to go by that equivalency.
Right. A little bit of trouble here. Kind of got a little bit mixed up on which, couldn't decide which worm to go after in the second cycle.
Right, and so still having a little bit of trouble here. I think he's sitting on now 4 cycles.
Yeah, this worm has a bunch of damage left, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last worm, 1 or 2 more. Just 1 more.
All right.
I mean, the big thing is that he survived. He didn't die. That's always important there, but he managed to get out.
Yeah. I mean, a 5 cycle is not what you're looking for, but it's not a tragedy. It's all right.
Right, absolutely.
Retro going for spin speed, probably the most important spin speed on the run. Tied with the other Death Mountain spin speed.
Right. And managed to turn. Yep, set himself up for the quick warp there. And so, Kaesden about a little less than 2 minutes behind, at least from checking the splits. As now... Oh, couldn't get the second quick warp for Retro. And now Kaesden...
That quick warp is fake. I don't believe in it.
They tell me there's legend that it's real. Let's see here. Now, can Kaesden get... Yes. Okay, so again, no problems. Hello, checks. Oh, again.
Retro.
Huh.
I didn't see the beginning of that room, but he apparently was not happy with what the Gatekeeper Moldorm was doing.
No. Was having none of it. And so now... Get to sit there, and now he will wait. Not try for boom strats.
Not even trying for pot spin speed.
Not.
I was going to say, he took 2 damage from a crab going for fake flippers, which is pretty scary because of Death Mountain. But then he got through Death Mountain without taking any further damage, so he's actually in a pretty good place health-wise right now. Yeah,
Right.
Kaesden, unfortunately for Chex and anyone else who may have missed it, died to Ball and Chain. So got the run off to a pretty unfortunate start.
Yeah. Now, Retro doesn't have to worry there. Gets all 4 torches without having to go back.
Amazing.
Something that I can't seem to do. Kaesden is showing why Death Mountain is Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a spin speed. If he can get around all the... There you go.
Nice.
He got
Probably
around
going to be
everything
fine
else.
from the rest of it. That's the most dangerous part.
Absolutely. Because, part of the problem, of course, is the fact that... Oh, missed the arrows there by Retro. Is that if you get hit while in spin speed, you, lose spin speed until you can touch a staircase.
That's true. Retro having some trouble in that Beatles room. That is, I think, probably the hardest room in the Light World, except for bosses.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's
stupidly difficult to do fast.
It's definitely, it's trickier than it looks. And gets a bomb jump, though.
Easy bomb jump. Yeah, going for the spin setup. Very safe, very reliable. Really good setup.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, the fire-breathing dinosaurs being a bit of an issue. So he gets bumper skip. Nope. Oh, but he caught himself.
Catches it. Nice.
Caught himself real well.
Oh.
Took a heart of damage, though, from the beetle, though, so that's unfortunate.
All
2
right.
hearts going into Moldorm.
This should be fine, but you gotta be a little bit nervous.
Yeah, because especially for, any newer runners or, runners of similar skill, it's just, Moldorm's just, an RNG nightmare. Oh, but he got through it, though.
That was a very, very good Moldorm
That was a
fight.
very good Moldorm, yeah.
A couple of those horizontal dashes made me a little nervous, but went very well.
Yeah, I mean, because there's some intricacy to that I guess we really don't need to get into right now. But and then I guess also I've been told you can even manipulate a little bit how Moldorm moves, but again, just nothing to worry about right now.
Nothing to worry about.
Oh, no Katy Perry, but also no spin speed.
Yeah, opts to play that safe, which I think is the right choice. Having sword beams in this split is really important.
Absolutely. And so now for Kaesden now again talking about this again. It's such a difficult room.
Yeah, his slash was a tiny bit misplaced, and so he missed the switch and had to go back for it.
It's just amazing. You just misplace it just a smidge, and then the room just goes room goes south. Okay, as where Retro gets himself his first 15, so now they go ahead and kill himself 4 enemies.
Oh, Kaesden going for a heart and taking an extra heart, as is always the way.
As is tradition, unfortunately, with Petting Zoo. Does get the bomb jump, though. Alright, the Moldorm not wanting to play games. Ooh.
Nice rail clip.
Very nice. Managed to get through the fire there. We'll see how bumper skip goes, and he gets it.
Going for the all-diagonal version of it.
Fair enough. And it looks like around 24, I'll say 2403, the old Master Sword grab for Retro. And now let's see how the Moldorm fight goes for Kaesden. Not where you want Moldorm to be, usually. You want him to be more on the right side.
Playing it very, very safe until...
Okay, now...
Oh boy, okay. Everything's fine.
Yep, we're good. We're good. Everyone calm down. And so trying to avoid...
Oh, no. He wasn't just slashing his sword because he wanted it held out. He didn't expect to hit Moldorm there at all, I expect.
Yeah, that's probably my guess too. And unfortunately, the middle hole infinitely worse because then you got to fall down 2 floors as opposed to 1.
It's not really infinitely worse, but yes, it is worse. So it's it's like 15 seconds worse, not infinitely.
Okay, that's true.
I'm sorry, you're right. It's infinitely worse.
No.
And now he's on 1 heart instead of 2, which is a lot scarier.
And you have to restart the fight. It wasn't like, oh yeah, you can save all those hits from last time. No, you start the fight over again.
Yeah.
Because somehow he healed himself.
It's a new Moldorm. They had time to airdrop on it.
That's
okay,
true.
that was a good fight.
But he does get it. That was a very good fight. So very good, excellent. Very, very dangerous. But managed to get him with no death. And so Retro here kind of showing you, as Fox had mentioned earlier, kind of the importance as to why you really want to have beams here, especially for these first, couple rooms, does make them the strats are a lot easier.
Yeah, faster and easier.
Kaesden gets the spin speed because Katie decided to step out of the way.
Hell yeah. Oh, okay. Well, say goodbye to sword beams.
Yep. So he does backup strats. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Still preserve the ferry for down the road.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kaesden now is going to start his money collection from pulling trees, which doesn't make sense when I say that out loud, but...
Listen, it's fine. The money grows on trees.
It does. Sometimes arrows, sometimes magic pots. A lot of things grow on trees in this world.
Apples. All sorts of crazy things.
Yeah, people don't know about the apples, though.
Oh wow, that guard almost got Kaesden.
Yeah, so, and again, like I said before, the big thing, of course, is you can't get hit once you get that first tree pull. Otherwise, what does it do? It messes up the prize packs or something?
Yeah, it makes it so that your next tree pull will be blues instead of reds. There's backups for that, obviously, but you don't want to have to do them. And I don't know exactly which backups Kaesden would be familiar with if he ended up having to go for one.
Right. Look to be about, I'd say, a 2706.
Is it time for you to explain the Canadian accent yet?
I was hoping that was going to disappear.
Sorry, I didn't. It's okay.
No,
I didn't say anything.
No. Well, is anyone currently in chat? Does anyone know what Fox is talking about at this moment? I don't know if anyone from the previous chat is here. While we get a response from chat, if anyone... No? Good. We're going to leave it at that. Kaesden picking up the mushroom.
I'm being gaslit.
It's true. So now it just sounds like you're a loon, sir. Does manage to get the reds, though, so good on Kaesden. As...
What are you curious about?
I don't know. Dean, I don't know what Dean's curious about at all. He needs to keep that curiosity to himself.
So Retro had a pretty unfortunate Aga Tower. This is an opportunity for Kaesden to make up a bunch of time. And then there's this RNG at the top. So we'll see. Could potentially be a big difference maker here in getting Kaesden back in the race.
Right. So if you would, if you could keep track of Retro's blue ball count while I'll focus on Kaesden here.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Chat will count, or Retro will tell us or something.
Okay, very good. So, Kaesden, now let's see if he has a better first couple of rooms here than Retro. That's also... Okay, he got the first. Unfortunately, spin was a little off.
Okay, didn't take damage, though, which is good.
This is good, yeah. And so, hopefully...
It's a little high there.
Oh, and he was a little high, and he took a step forward, and now... That's a problem. Potentially.
Yeah.
That's a very potential problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you really want to see no drops there because those enemies are... That did not look like a lot of blue balls. Those enemies are in the same grouping as enemies later in the run, and if we don't get any drops from them, we are very, very likely to get a fairy later in the run. And if we get that, it's possible to just get the fairy in that room, but we didn't. We got one heart. And so there's another enemy that we kill, the Helmasaur in Palace of Darkness, and we really want that to not drop a fairy, because if it does drop a fairy, then we won't be getting it in Turtle Rock, and that will be bad. I explained that really badly, but at least I filled some dead air.
Correct, you did. Thank you. And so, I'm not entirely sure. Do you think chat believes it's two blue balls? And so, Malmo had a question though in chat. Is it ever worth menuing to boomerang to trigger the stun prize instead if you mess up fairy skip?
I mean, I don't know. That's sort of I don't really know how to answer that because it depends on what other backups you'd be doing instead and stuff. And you really do want the bow. So it would probably end up being a menu to boomerang and back, which is a lot. So I would say no, but I don't know.
Right.
Kaesden a lot of factors.
True. Kaesden have a bit of trouble there in Circle of Pots, but manages to get through. As Kaesden now gets through the top and about to come across Aga as well. Fox, this might be a question. Oh, having a bit of trouble there, Dan. Fox, Dean has a question. How do you sign up for one of these speedrun matches?
Sign up to do what?
I don't know. I'm just reading the question from chat. I'm assuming either the league or just to...
Well, I think it depends a lot on if your question is, how do I race, or how do I volunteer to help out getting a race on Restreamed? So, yeah, I don't know. I can answer either of those. The league? I can give you a... Never mind. Malmo can give you a link to the Discord. This season of League is wrapping up, but there'll be another one in a few months.
And so now, Kaesden, let's see if... So far, So Retro had 2 blue balls, according to chat. Kaesden is already sitting on 1. And really what you don't want is you don't want 3. It's really kind of the big thing, I think. And whereas for Retro, what it's gonna look like on his screen is a lot of going to a chest, getting a key, menuing out or mirroring out, and repeating several times.
Right. You menu to the shampoo and you rinse and repeat.
Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah, we do the first couple rooms of pod over and over again, and then that part's kind of boring. But Hammer Jump is pretty fun. That's coming out next.
Mm-hmm. And Kaesden, it looks like I wasn't fully paying attention either. I think he only got 1.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So either way, both runners avoid the second lightning cycle. Is now Retro is coming up to, one of the more fun tricks, and especially... thank you, Wayward Devil, for confirming the count. And I think, especially for newer runners, probably one of the more scary tricks to try to attempt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
A lot of runners don't even bother putting this in their runs for a while. Oh, wow. Retro going for a sword buffer there. That's pretty ballsy.
Yeah. Oh, and he gets it.
Whew. I wasn't scared.
Ever. And Kaesden gets the first try spin speed. Now, something I just noticed. Kaesden has 109 rupees.
Oh, yikes. Someone tell him.
Huh. Okay, that's problematic.
That's an easy problem to solve because the stun prize, if you stun an enemy with the boomerang and kill it, you're guaranteed to get a single rupee. But you have to be aware that you have the problem in order to solve it.
Correct. And
Hopefully what happens is he sees that he can't pay the monkey.
As soon as
and
he
turns
sees
around
right
and
here,
gets it.
you'll see
Yeah.
that there's not a 1 in that place. He does see it. And we're good.
He got it. Okay. Whew.
But you have to also be careful not to get hit while with
It
the
does
monkey.
also throw off the rest of your movement. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it does. But
Good save.
okay, good. We're all good. Problems fixed. I didn't notice he didn't have enough going in.
I didn't until you said it.
Yeah. So I believe what you're supposed to have, 104 before going into Aga Tower?
Yeah, you get 6 in the Circle of Pots room.
Right. Okay.
Unless you're Airy, and then you sometimes despawn it and only get 1.
Well, you know, Aries a special lad.
It's true.
Retro having a little bit of trouble there, but Retro also showing too, while you want to make sure you have beams coming downstairs here, because it makes that room, it just seems like 5 seconds quicker almost.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, having some trouble with these turtles here.
The turtle party, they want them to stay longer. They want him to stay a lot longer. And then also too, for Retro here, something that's a little dangerous. He's down 1 heart.
That's true. Yeah, 1 heart matters a lot here because Helmasaur damages you 2 hearts at a time. So now he can only survive 2 hits instead of 3. I think he was on the key dash pixel there.
Yeah, I see you guys do it, but I think that's fake.
No, you're right. It is fake. Oh gosh, this is really scary for Retro now.
Oh no. Okay, Retro. He didn't get the spin speed. He's trying for the spin speed, but also a bit of confuzzlement. Taking this very slow. He's got to get the mask off first. Unfortunately, not.
Oh,
in
that's
time.
so scary.
Oh, down.
No.
Down goes Retro, unfortunately.
Well, that's not quite a lead switch, but the gap just shrunk from like 2 minutes to like 15 seconds or something.
Yes, so now this will be interesting to see how this will go. Now, another thing to watch for right now, let's see what happens with Kaesden with that mini Moldorm.
Oh, yeah,
Or
good
mini
point.
Helma.
Oh.
And I say Moldorm, Jesus Christ. And then the fairy has dropped, so now what this really does mean, as mentioned earlier, is that unfortunately no mirror, or I keep saying mirror because I keep seeing a menu to the mirror, is that no fairy for later, but he does get the bomb jump, which is what matters.
Yeah, had a slower hammer jump than Retro, but kept it together with a bunch of pause buffers to make sure that he didn't run out of time.
Right. Which is good. I mean, I forgot the command, but there is the command that shows how many buffers you can have, and it's still faster than going downstairs. There it is. Thank you. Retro, even though I had a little bit of trouble with the mimics, but actually was able to, as a reward, if you will, manage to get a 10 drop, so that's nice.
Oh, that's good. Oh, he just wanted to show off that he does know how to do the turtle room.
That's fine.
That's why he
okay.
took the helmet death. It was on purpose.
Ah, intentional. Very good. For the fans.
For the fans.
Of course. And as you see now, though, he will have full health. And now we'll see how this goes. All right. He looks like he got it.
Yeah, this looks a lot better. The spin dash, we call it spin speed, but obviously there's no speed involved. When you do the spin dash at the beginning of this fight, your hammer hitbox facing upwards gets substantially better. Yeah, this is...
And that's it.
That's a good helmet fight.
Very, very good. Yeah, it doesn't trivialize the fight, but makes it a lot easier pre that discovery.
Yeah, Helmasaur is still a very dangerous fight, but it's it used to be a million times worse. Sorry, it used to be infinitely worse.
Infinitely. There you go. That's the word.
Oh wow, that was kind of funny looking, but good turtles.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. It looked like he poked one of them with the sword, which I've never seen before, but managed to get through. So full health. Kaesden now about to walk into his Helmasaur fight.
Doesn't look like he's going for the spin speed. Just gonna go for sword out hammers, the old strat. Oh, maybe he's doing it now?
I think he just wanted to wait, I guess. Well, unfortunately, couldn't time it right. Because if you can time it right while the fireball's out, you can, in fact... that's a good helmet fight there. You can actually... what's it called? You can actually despawn that fireball.
Yeah, if you break the mask. While there's fireballs on screen, all the fireballs go away. Retro taking a hit from Europa in what we call a lottery. We probably shouldn't call it that. It's pretty bad name for it, but we call it that anyway.
This is true. Probably should come up with a better name for it. I just don't know what else to call it.
All right, that's your homework for tonight, is coming up with a better name.
Hammer Dash having some problems there. But managed to get through. Thank you, Scoople.
So, Retro is...
Hope you beat Fox in what? But, okay. Very good.
Commentary.
Ah.
Retro, obviously you don't want to take damage. Just, like, generally anywhere you're not, like, doing a bomb jump or something. But this is one of the safer places to take damage. Thieves Town, everything does a lot of damage, but it's mostly very predictable and easy to avoid. So generally, you take a hit in Thieves Town and you're not worried yet. Things can definitely snowball, but it's one of the safer places. We don't really need beams for anything. There's not a lot of really dangerous rooms, so I don't think Retro would be worried about this damage at this point.
No. The only time I would say with Thieves Town, especially, time damage might be an issue is if Hellway goes horrible.
Right.
Okay, so now Retro going for the spin speed to get past Usain Bolt. Kaesden had a much better hammer dash there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a bonk. Retro knows it's a bonk.
And so, just to put everyone up to speed here, so after that segment now, Kaesden only a minute 10 behind.
Yeah, I said it was going to be closer than that, but I forgot that he was going to hammer jump still.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a big adjustment in the lead.
Absolutely. So still plenty of race left here as Retro having a little problem with the Three Musketeers, but does get through. Though did take another heart of damage, but like you're saying, still 5 hearts, mostly okay. Matt 7898, thank you so much for coming in with that raid of 4,000. Thank you so much, really do appreciate it.
Only 4,000. That's not even as many as 7,898. I think really you should go back and come. You should go away and come back with a bigger raid. Need 7,800 viewers at least.
Okay, you've been requested to get out of here, so my apologies, Matt. Fox is telling you to leave. Clear Mouse is here, though.
Where's Clear Mouse?
Oh, Clear Mouse. The 1,000 Rats. Wow. Oh, here come the Donatellos. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Chat is fallen into complete disarray. I cannot believe this. On the other hand, though, Kaesden still managed to get through. No damage, though.
Yeah, Kaesden is having a much cleaner overworld than Retro did. Sorry.
Yep, Retro though still getting through Thieves Town though pretty well. Scoople has now requested to replace Fox with Matt. I think he misspelled Fox for Buddha, but appreciated. Okay, no problems with Kaesden because sometimes when you do that bush dash, you can get skulls or fairies that can really lag up the joint.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Retro decided to headbutt the spike. Unfortunately, he can't get the pixel because there's Patrick Star in his way. 2 of them.
Okay, Retro is now starting to be nervous about his health. I think now he's very nervous. Now not everything, but now about half of the enemies of this dungeon will kill him on one touch.
I believe the grasshoppers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they do 2 damage.
I think it's
just
the
like the lightning.
Yes, the lightning. I believe the grasshoppers and the horse heads.
Yep.
Okay,
and blind.
And blind. Yep. So got through the room there. Kaesden, having a little bit of lag, but managed to get through. So yeah, we'll see if Retro tries to do anything safer or try to play any sort of. I mean, I don't know how you can play it safer. That appeared a little dangerous there.
That was fine.
Yeah.
How did that work for Kaesden?
Wait a minute.
What in the world?
So we always say about that pixel that if a Patrick Star gets in the way, you still can't dash through it. No idea what just happened.
So what just happened? I actually kind of know.
Oh, you do? Okay, please.
Oh, I would have gotten that heart maybe.
Retro not opting for the heart, but okay.
So what happened was he hit him with the sword while the other part of the Gibo was on top of a spike, and so it counted as spike damage. And the spikes one-shot the Gibos.
Right, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I mean, that'd be the only reasonable thing. Because I've never seen that before either. Well then. That was very impressive. Tam, thank you for the GLs. I appreciate it. Okay.
Stopping for a heart here for blind, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so. Something. Blind scripted fight.
Retro saying ouch, which either means that blind wasn't a scripted fight or he's just reflecting on the other things that went wrong.
Well, let us see. This is a ominous. Yep.
Ouch.
Okay. Okay, so that's why you said ouch. Okay, now this. Well then.
This is now very close, except that Kaesden has a scripted fight coming up and Retro has a horrifying bullet hell nightmare of a fight.
Yeah, so now we're about to show you. So there's going to be two very interesting things here. Now you see Kaesden with that scripted fight, whereas Retro's about to show you, as Fox said, this is what happens if you have to fight them normally. So we'll see how this goes. You got to be careful. The heads do 2 hearts. The fireballs do 1. Meanwhile, Kaesden got through the second phase. Retro now.
I'm so scared.
I am horrified. I hear that there was a kill on the other side. 1 heart left.
Oh no! Retro?
Retro doing the bullet hell, having a dodge. Getting around everything though. Barely missed.
Ow! How?
He's getting through. Be mindful of the pixels.
The pixels?
Can he finish? He's got 1 hit left. Can he get 1 hit? And unfortunately, he can't.
Oh my god. He was saved by the bell so many times in that fight before finally taking the final hit.
That was a valiant effort. And yeah, just... That was... Yeah, that was...
I kind of wish he would pick up more hearts and go in with beams. He might not know where all 3 are, though.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea where they are. I just know of the 1.
I only know where two of them are.
Ah, okay. Well, here we go, round 3.
Meanwhile, Kaesden is off to get his tempered sword.
Right, so it involves him having to grab some money, rescuing a frog, a bunch of mirroring. Meanwhile, Retro taking fireball damage, which is better than taking, blind damage.
True.
All right, that's not good.
We're back to fine, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, even that last one still.
Give him the old shoulder slam at the end there.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, GG's in chat. Wow. That was an adventure.
Wow.
That was one hell of an adventure. It should be noted, though, as we kind of mentioned before, despite Kaesden with the early death, just like that, he now has the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been a pretty eventful race. We have a middle hole Moldorm fall and a ball and chain death from Kaesden's side, and now 3 boss deaths from Retro's side.
So, this will be one of those things that we might see further lead changes going on here later on too. So, plenty of race left here.
Yeah, it doesn't really get safer.
No, it doesn't. Not really.
Okay, so going for the spin speed there. Love to see it.
Okay, and now wait a minute.
That looks good. Oh, I thought it was good.
It was not. Okay, so we got to make a note. No fence dash there, so we'll have to, again, check with the High Council to see if this run is even allowed. Should be noted, though, as they came out of Thieves Town, Kaesden with about a minute 20 lead. So,
I want you to know, your delivery is so dry that my dad was watching my race against Doomtap, and he asked me afterward, he was like, is that guy really going to get disqualified? What was the commentator talking about?
I'm glad the dryness goes through. makes me happy.
You're succeeding, yeah.
I am doing my job. Okay. No, Tam. No, it wasn't. Kaesden, though. Excellent mummy room, though, because for the love of God, that's one of the tougher rooms. Definitely in the split. Clear mouse putting out there. Water break. In the middle of a race. Everyone shut up. Water break. All right, water break's over. Okay, so now, what do we got here? Kaesden going to do a bomb jump.
Oh, he's going for the early bomb jump.
Oh, no,
Let's
what is
go.
this? Oh,
missed it.
For the fans. And wait a minute, let's see here. Retro gets the fence dash. Okay, so we'll see how well that goes. Now, even though with the early bomb jump attempt there, little scary though with the hearts.
This is fine, honestly. 5 hearts. 4 starting to be scarier because a lot of things do 2 damage. It's starting to be scarier now.
Okay, I've also maybe been reflecting that on myself because I don't have a good moth fight.
Well, hopefully these guys will have good moth fights.
Hopefully. Fox coming in hard with the shut up in chat.
Kaesden coming up on Mummy Hellway, which is another tough room.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Retro with a good mummy room as well.
Excellent. Okay. And yeah.
Okay.
That was very good. Okay.
Okay.
So Kaesden, yep. You can just bonk the mummy into the spike. Get yourself a quick key. All right.
Oh, spoilers in chat. Avert your eyes.
Kaesden with the goddamn spoilers, ruining the drama. But he got the. Wait a minute.
You don't want to release that spin. That's okay. Moth is
Jesus, I mean, he gives it the spoilers, but then we actually see how it plays out. My goodness. Yeah, you don't want to release the spin early there, but got the double poke. It looked like, and that kind of just made it a little bit easier. Tam is asking Shkoople for advice in chat. Shkoople is now being requested many times over for advice in chat, as Retro is now making his way to the back. Okay. Let's see here for the back. No, he's going to try to go for that dash, but unfortunately, Fire Snake got in the way.
The Fire Snake blocking your way costs a surprising amount of time. It's so annoying.
How much?
Going for the same strat as Kaesden did. It depends on how badly he blocks your way, but usually at least a second if he gets in your way.
Oh wow, huh? I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay. So now we will see here.
Retro menuing to the bow. Gonna double check whether or not arrows damage moth.
Bold strategy. As Kaesden now has to go take the trek all the way to the north before he can head back south to go into Ice Palace. Well, all the pokes, get himself a good kill.
Yeah, no problems there.
Kaesden with blocking that arrow, very nice.
Love that.
And now, curious to see Oh, and Retro, I didn't notice. Retro had the time to menu to mirror as well.
Yeah, he just did it right afterwards.
Oh, doing the
going for a
gamble.
lottery dash and getting lucky.
There you go. So why do we call that the lottery dash? Or anything?
I don't know.
Anything involving those things with lotto.
Well, we call that guy the lottery dash. That particular dash is lottery because if it's like whatever. If you win the lottery, you get hit or something. I don't know. It's so backwards because when you win the lottery, that's a good thing in real life. But then we just sort of call all the other places where Ropas occasionally hit you the lottery because of that one. I'm pretty sure.
Fair enough. I mean, I believe that's how it goes. I legitimately wasn't sure. So now, even though Kaesden did take half a heart of damage, did manage to get the 50-50, a 50% chance of a heart appearing underneath that bush before he got Quake. And so, because again, this is one of those things that you want to make sure you have beams going into Ice Palace.
All right.
Okay. And Kaesden
make a lot of rooms a lot easier. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah, Kaesden getting through probably one of the tougher rooms just to optimally move.
Yeah, for sure. He took one splash, but otherwise pretty smooth.
Yep.
Retro also going for the lottery and also not getting lotteried. He successfully lost the lottery, which is what winning looks like. Congratulations.
So now Kaesden finishing his dash here. Of course, maybe not many people know, you can actually, even though you're technically not to be able to swim or walk in the dark water, that border is a little bit larger than we think.
Did you know that the water tile borders are actually directional? It depends on what direction you're walking when you try to go into water, if you'll splash or not.
No, I did not know that. TIL. Yeah. Unfortunately, Kaesden tried to do a fire rod shot on that one baby Zora, and the Zora was a little too low, so already used a fire rod shot. So this potentially could be an issue.
It should be fine as long as he is aware of it and doesn't waste one. You get one fire rod shot that you have to use on that Freezor that we just saw, and you can use one other one without an issue. So I think he should be fine.
Yeah, because or you can just get a magic drop and then
that's fine.
You don't have to worry about anything.
I don't know why he was killing that thing, but it worked out.
I'm not quite sure either. I think he felt like he couldn't get the dash off in time. Was worried that he was gonna bop him instead of being able to run through him.
Yeah, probably.
Now Retro finishing it out. Bomb floor. This room could also be tricky if done.
Oh, Vortex is a person in chat. Kaesden is going for a one bomb method here, which is slower, but it's a lot easier on your bomb route. It's not even really easier in bombable floor, but it saves you a bomb, so you are less tight on bombs for the run.
Ah, okay.
He was going to be fine anyway because he got a drop, but it's just nice. I think he actually spent an extra bomb in Skullwoods though, right? So anyway, whatever. Everything.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, you're right. And of course, Kaesden succeeding in the one of the more major tricks in the game, which is of course doing that bomb jump in that spot. Otherwise, he'd have to, do the walk of shame of doing the entire palace twice as intended. Unfortunately, did not get the penguin room.
That room is so hard.
It is. And so now down goes Retro. Now let's see what he does.
I assume he'll double bomb since he has 400 billion bombs.
He does, and then he will. And gets through without getting stuck behind the switches or any of that, so he's good to go. All right, full. And and we mentioned earlier at the very beginning here about magic. It's very important that you need to have full magic going into Cold Stare.
Yes, it does require literally all of your magic to do this fight like this.
Retro did manage to headbutt the spike at the end there. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Cold Stare, very dangerous boss. We have these quick kills that Kaesden did pretty well. Got away from him a little at the end, but nothing severe.
Yeah, one got away, but Didn't, but no big problems there. Because
Yeah.
of course, Cold Stare though can do all full hearts of damage.
Yes, it's one of those fights, like many in this game, like Blind we saw earlier. Normally it just is over in a blink, but if anything goes wrong, it generally goes really, really wrong.
Right. Neither runner going for the stair clip at the bottom there, doing the more conventional strat.
Yeah, the old lame boring strat that nobody likes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Retro will give himself both of these magic pots here.
Yep.
And he will also make his way down.
Hopefully it looks a lot like Kaesden's.
Yeah, one could hope. All right, down he goes. And Kaesden is probably going to do a little bit of shopping at this point. All right.
Yeah, it looks based on his split time. I'm not 100% sure, but he might get both things. Oh boy, Retro.
Yeah, Retro let go of the sword a little early. Panic is ensuing, but he's getting through. He still has the ice blocks do 2, Cold Stare does 4, and he needs to get through. All right. That was
fine.
Yep.
Great work.
Yep. All's fine. Good work, GG's.
All's well that ends well.
Correct. Kaesden take a little bit of damage there on Death Mountain, but manages to get through.
That's kind of why we do it now. You're very likely to take damage from cabbages here, and so we'd rather take the damage in this split than in the next one, which is why a lot of players opt to get Ether right now, instead of getting it in the Misery Mire split.
Right, as the sirens in the background indicate that someone might be in danger, but we'll see how the rest of this run goes. Kaesden gets himself the Ether. Now, yeah, so judging, I think from your split, saying from the splits, I think this is it.
Yeah,
oh, no.
We're getting the ice right, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, I can't see the time. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, I couldn't read the time.
It's a little small, but...
Okay.
Going for a safe version of Ice Rock Cave here, where you just dash along the top.
So now, of course, this is fun. As everyone in chat is now giving out. Retro also got a boulder in the face. Unfortunately, on the stairs.
Yeah.
But
that's fine.
Yeah, that's about the best you can do.
Retro overshooting a little bit there. It looks like from Retro's split times, he's not going to be getting the ice rod here.
Yeah,
unless he just does it to line up with Kaesden for the race or something.
I mean, it'd be convenient for us, but otherwise, yeah, it's just going to be one of those things where it's going to look like he's always going to be behind, always look like he'll be like it's. Well, in this case, they're going to kind of be on pace given their, the time difference. But
yeah, I mean, Kaesden's going to be ahead here even with the extra ice rod, but it'll look a little closer than it is for now.
Right.
Shkoopel, as a person on the mic, I'm not allowed to officially endorse character judgments of the runners like that.
Someone make a poll. Do that. Make a poll. We can settle this democratically. Meanwhile, as certain things may or may not being done, we are now Kaesden first one in. Had a good lineup there with the what are those things called?
Phelps.
Oh, is that what they're called? Yeah, sure. The Phelps. Oh, both get a bomb, mixed with a bomb and a key. Probably not a bad idea. Retro unfortunately took a bit of anti-fairy to the face.
I think Retro got both quick orbs though, so he's redeemed.
Oh, well, very good. Oh, both are 2 hearts down, actually.
Oh, missing one of those. All right, no big deal.
Oh, that ran to recover.
Kaesden going to grab the whatever that's called, the railing there.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't quite get it. If you grab the railing there, your shield despawns in the grabbing animation. And then the game lags a little bit less because it's one less thing to draw. And there's a lot of lag during that water filling animation.
Oh, nice. Kaesden decided to double back just to smack that one skeleton in the face.
Yeah, I think that's probably worth it if he goes for the hammer dash and stuff. You don't really need to hammer dash there. The pot's already gone.
It's like you knew. It's like you knew he was going to do that.
You're supposed to hammer dash going the other way. The pot was already gone there.
Unfortunately, Retro did take during the process of that lever. Unfortunately, he did get a Stalfos in the face.
Kaesden starting to go down because he, I guess, forgot that this is NMG and not Rando, maybe? Maybe just a D-pad thing. I don't know if Kaesden is a big Rando player. I think so.
I don't know. Whenever weird movements happen, I just go ahead and blame D-pad.
Yeah, sure. I'm just going to actually go ahead and blame Buddha. I think that was Buddha's fault.
Very well. So it is written. So it shall be done. I'll have to... let me make a note on that.
What is on that notepad of yours? I'm so curious.
Don't worry about it. You can hear see if you can hear the scribble.
Yeah.
You can't hear that.
I heard a little bit of a scratch.
Ah, there we go. There we go. Very good. Don't worry about me. Just making notes.
I'm not worried. I'm just curious.
Making notes. Just merely my report to the High Council. Wait, what? Never mind. I only write down... The only thing I write down of any substance was fence dash achieved? Yes or no? And then grill the runners accordingly.
I see. This is so that you have ammo for the post-race interview.
Correct. And now, Magic Friend's asking the important question, who does left side swamp? Okay, never mind indeed. So, of course, now Kaesden here, do you have to make that one little movement and that you actually have to be in that position? Because otherwise what would happen is, it's like, what is it? It feels like it's pixel perfect in order to get that hook shot. Perfect. It is, okay, to get the hook shot to go right between the railings there, otherwise you're just going to bonk.
Yeah, I actually recently learned that there's also a higher pixel where you can shoot the hook shot through the top railing.
Slanderous.
That's kind of cool. Somebody did it totally by accident and it looked really cool.
Oh, that's news. Okay. There we go.
But the setup is way better.
I see. Both having trouble post hook shot there, getting hit by water, which you wouldn't think a drop of water does that much damage, but whatever. Case in a restock room doesn't need anything. So, what were you gonna say?
Well, have you ever gotten hit by a fire hose or anything? Oh, that Barry! What a jerk!
They don't seem to be the velocity of a fire hose. I have not, though. But
they're not the same velocity, but they have more mass to make up for it, so they have the same momentum.
Ah, heavy water. Got it. Yes,
right,
I'm aware of heavy water, and I have been hit by that.
Kaesden going for the zero cycle. Looks like didn't pull the ones on the left fast enough, and so kind of got rammed by them on the way down, but cleaned up a one cycle, no big deal.
Fire rod spin. Yep.
Nice.
Isn't it true though, even with the zero cycle, like Argus still has to follow like a certain pattern, like you can still do it and not get the zero cycle?
Yeah, it's definitely depending on Argus's walk patterns, like how far he decides to walk and how fast. Sometimes it's harder and sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's pretty much impossible. Right. I don't know if there's any patterns that a task can't do, but there's definitely patterns that humans are always going to fail.
Right. Unfortunately, Retro just going to go for the one cycle. Meanwhile, Dow TMB coming in with the hot, steamy 7,000 raid. Thank you so much, Dow. Welcome in, Raiders. This is the NMG tournament 4th round Light World bracket between Kaesden and Retro, and we have had a barn burner. You've had people die and escape. We've had boss deaths. We've had Moldorm falls.
We've had fence dash.
We had one fence dash, which I've made note of, but otherwise, yeah. And also, though, for those of you who just joined in, though, the race, unfortunately, isn't as close as it appears, as Retro has not gotten the ice rod yet, as Kaesden did.
Right, so they'll sync up again after the ice rod collection in the Turtle Rock split.
Yep. So now Kaesden gets the quick warp and also picks up the rock from the bottom. Kind of important. Last time we have to deal with the murder dactyl, hopefully.
Hopefully. What else could happen? What could go wrong?
Have you seen the run so far?
You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
You're really
bring that
gonna
kind of
say,
evil on us.
I mean, a murder dactyl might just appear in GT somehow. All right? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So Meyer, we really want all of our health in Meyer for two reasons. One of them is that beams speed up this room right here a lot, and the other is that we take like 8 hearts or something of intentional damage in here.
Right.
Okay.
And yep. And really, you have to be. Of course, the quick part there, having to worry about is making sure you get all the wizard robes before they disappear.
Yeah.
And so retro. Okay, retro's got through that overworld part fine. While it looks easy, looks simple, it can be a bit of an issue, especially when you're trying to cut that right dash over, because some of that brush has wonky hitboxes.
It's true. We did not see any bird tosses, though, unfortunately.
No. But the councils informed me that the bird tosses were very optional. Much like the pot spin speed, it's really just the fence dash. You just keep telling me to go on the fence dash. Kaesden have a bit of a problem there with slugs. Fortunately, got a slug in his face, but managed to deal with it well.
Is this council in the room with us right now?
I don't know. They just send me anonymous emails.
Okay.
By carrier
All right.
pigeon. 109 torches. 109.45 torches. And of course, for retro, Kaesden did it as well, but you notice how they both walked up before dashing down, of course, to avoid the fireball.
Yes. So 109.29, I think you said torches is.
It was 109.45 for Kaesden.
45. So that's sub 90 pace, but it'll be a little bit difficult.
And now 110.27 torches for retro. And I did notice that he took a heart of damage, unfortunately, too.
I think they both did, right? Because Kaesden got bad RNG on a fire snake and got hit. I didn't see what happened to retro, but
retro is having
the
problems
same thing.
with the bomb slugs.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
A little bit of a bonk there, but did manage to get himself the red cane. So now this is where some of the damage takes place. You eat a few hearts, unfortunately, in this. And then, as you said earlier, we're gonna eat a ton of hearts later.
We're actually not gonna eat the hearts. The hearts are it's our heart that's getting eaten.
Oh, no spark gamble. This is true. I have misspoke. My apologies.
Whoa, what is this movement from Kaesden?
Wow.
Okay, sure.
All right.
I've never seen that before, but it looked like it worked.
Yeah, if it works for you, do it. Retro now. Wait, let's see. Did he get spooky?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the spike to go
There
back
it
and
is.
forth. Interesting.
Yep. Okay, and so now for the second one. Yep. And he has enough for one more fire rod shot right at the... Yep, right at the torch there.
There we go. So, what was he doing there? Can I get an explanation?
For what?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Never mind. Everything's normal.
All right.
Retro showing off why it might be a good idea to take that room safe. Retro is now actually kind of in danger, depending on how well he knows the 4-heart biddies fight.
Oh, Kaesden got a bit of lightning there.
Yeah. You can usually do this fight in 1 cycle, or in 0 cycles, by which we mean no lightning cycles. But he had a little bit of eyeball to clean up at the end, so got a 1 cycle, not a big deal.
Nope. And then retro here, also see there that he got the last able to do all spooky. Now we'll see how so he's sitting at 5 hearts. believe that is...
You can do this fight and only take 4 damage, but are you confident that you can do that right now?
Let's see. Yes.
Very good.
Yes is the answer. And there we go.
Why do you hate it? You just nailed it.
I mean, there you go. There's no problems. So what's done is done, and at least, didn't accidentally mirror out, as I saw in the previous race. Okay, so now Kaesden is going to that's it. He is off.
That's it?
Yeah, he is off to go do Super Mario World.
He's off to see the wizard.
I suppose so.
So he landed on the mountain at 1:13:42. They'll be resynced on shopping and stuff when Retro lands on the mountain. So 1:13:42. I'm gonna forget, despite saying it over and over again. Oh, that's really
that
unfortunate.
is a problem. So now, whenever you get a dead rock in this position, you got 2 options: either you wait it out, or if you can get far away off screen, you can respawn him again. And even though that Kaesden just kind of stood there, the cabbages were kind.
Yeah.
Very kind, actually.
Could have been worse.
Oh, absolutely.
He could have tried to despawn but he would have had to go all the way back to the stairs and everything, so he might have made the right choice there. It's pretty long loop back.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what would have been the faster option there. Okay, oh, Retro got himself a bush guard for his troubles.
That's why we don't slash randomly on that screen.
Correct. And also there's bombs as well.
To get the bonk fairy there.
Okay. Give himself full hearts going into... Oh, good call there.
I think that's pretty smart, especially if he's watching and knows that he's very far ahead and just needs to not die.
And 1:14:56 touch. Okay, so now both runners are in sync. Now we're back. Kaesden is again just a minute 14 ahead right now.
Well, let's recheck on like dungeon entry or something, because he lost quite a lot of time on the overworld.
That's also true too. Hello, Livy. Opponents PBs. We have Kaesden sitting at a 1:28:20, and Retro has a 1:27:27. At least according to their splits that we can see.
I am confident that that's correct for Retro. I don't know Kaesden's for sure, but I don't see why it would be wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna take his screen. And unfortunately, I didn't actually write down what time Kaesden entered, so...
It doesn't matter. Let's just make something up and pretend that we were paying attention. The audience will never know.
No, it's fine. Retro saying free ? But I'm not quite sure what happened. Okay.
He got the quick warp, I guess?
That doesn't exist.
Kaesden might actually want to get this magic. I don't know. No, probably not, because magic is up next.
Will he get the pot?
No, not
but the big thing though for him is he's got no fairies.
No fairy coming. He does have magic up next, so he should be fine.
Yeah.
Just a little bit slower, a little bit less safety.
Oh, no fairy, but yeah, like you said, magic key and $20. Oh, going for the...
Interesting.
Yep, the old 1 block. Look at him weaving in and out of Chomps like a champion.
Chomp's playing along.
Chomp's cooperating. I love Chomps.
I know, you were saying earlier today that you're just like, every time you play this game, you're enraged at how few rooms they're in, and you just wish that there was a whole split full of Chain Chomp's rooms.
I was hoping. It's almost as fun as the one hit KO mini Moldorm hack.
Almost that fun. I mean, nothing is as fun as that, but...
No, that really... I mean, people should be doing that more often, honestly.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. That'll be the next season of League.
Kaesden getting the 8 drop, unfortunately.
He was already on quite a lot of bombs.
Yes, so why not have more?
Yeah.
We'll see
we can do Bomb Bolus and GT.
There you go. Oh, Retro, just in time, getting that block up so you can get the iframes to avoid getting hit by the Chomp. Because again, the Chomp, for whatever reason, does like 58 hearts of damage.
Right.
Almost as much as Ganon.
Yep. No, he got through that a little bit faster than Kaesden. Went for a more dangerous but faster strat and got it. So saved a little bit of time.
All right, now here we'll see how the pattern works out. Good pattern for Kaesden with the pokies. Retro now.
Oh,
Yeah.
nails that lower left pokey one. That's the
Very
fastest
nice.
strat, but that's the fastest RNG, but pretty fast, pretty hard strat to do correctly.
Yes, it is.
Can't talk anymore apparently.
No, it's okay. But yeah, very nicely done. Unfortunately, not that Retro needed it, but unfortunately the fairy had to go. Bye-bye.
Was busy.
Yep.
Okay, Retro needs something, I think. Maybe he's fine actually.
Let's see. Thought he'd be okay. Oh wow. Okay. Retro. Whoops. Getting. All right. Now he's in trouble, and also getting the horrible pattern. Okay. All right. Kaesden got laser skip, and Retro got through. He's got 3 hearts though.
I looked away for a second. What?
Pokies 2 didn't go well.
I see that.
Yeah, Pokies 2. He had a bit. He had left down, right down pattern, and just kind of had some trouble with some of the movement there.
Well, luckily nothing else can go wrong in this split.
Nothing else could possibly go wrong. There's now Kaesden now going into. Oh, not the backdoor strat. Of course, Kaesden and soon Retro. Oh, this fire rod shot. Showing why you had to get the ice rod. This is the only reason you got to get the ice rod.
You know, people give the ice rod a lot of shit, but most people use the ice rod twice in their run, and they only use ether once and quake once.
I mean, that's true too. I mean,
It's not even ice rod is not even the least useful ice-based attack in the game.
This is true. I mean, oh,
oh my God, Retro! Oh boy, okay.
Why not? Why not? All right, very good. Unfortunately, Retro had missed his dash a little bit, so he went ahead and started his dash again in the middle of Laser Bridge, which is very, very dangerous.
Which is totally safe, and nothing ever goes wrong in Turtle Rock.
Nothing. No, this will go fine. This will go fine. So here we go. He will do the backdoor strat.
Backdoor strat is a little harder to get used to, but it's a more consistent strat than front door. Kaesden had no trouble with front door, but sometimes you get the ice head shooting ice on the floor, and that's really annoying.
Yeah, and it's especially annoying really for this part here that Retro's at. And so now, did he get the double? Oh, he did get the double. Okay. Excellent.
No problem.
All right. So nothing goes wrong in Turtle Rock.
Right.
All right. So now Kaesden approaching. Oh, a little bit of trouble there, but approaching now GT. Got to go through the flashing warning.
One thing about GT is that it's a lot like Turtle Rock because nothing ever goes wrong.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, GT is really fun. Is GT your favorite split?
Oh, arguably, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, it's not this first part, because this first part's really boring. It's really,
Really?
the gauntlet. It's really the gauntlet. It's where I really love. It's where my enjoyment begins.
I really like the base bit. I like Spike Skip is one of my favorite rooms.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know how to do it right. So there you go. Kaesden opting for the torch key.
Looks like they're about 70 seconds apart as of leaving Turtle Rock.
Yes. So, but now in the basement though, it's a lot of hook shot movement, a little bit of boomerang, some bombs. You see later.
Thanks to Spleeby for the raid of 5,000. Are we doing 1,000? 5 million?
It's Spleeby. We can do 1,000.
5,000 viewers. Thanks for the 5,000 viewers, Spleeby.
Thanks, Spleeby. Appreciate it. Welcome in, Raiders. We are watching now the last little bit here of the race between Kaesden and retrommel for the 4th round of the Light World tournament.
Retro, skipping the torch key. There's 3 keys you can get in this dungeon, and presumably he'll be getting the chest key upstairs.
Right. What is the time save on that?
That is kind of a complicated question, but
Okay.
if they both do what I expect, it's about 1 second, a little less than 1 second faster for Retro strat.
Okay. Retro have a little bit of trouble with the there with the spike room. Kaesden got through pretty well there. Spleeby asking if anything exciting happening this race. Well. We've had an escape death. We had a Moldorm fall. We had, was it 4 boss deaths?
It was 1 Helmasaur death and 2 blind deaths, I think.
That's right. Yep. So we had 3 boss deaths. We have an escape death. 1 out of 2 fence dashes. And then also 1 blue ball Kaesden had 1 blue ball. Retro, I believe, had 2. So yeah, it's actually been pretty close. Fairly exciting.
It has been very dramatic.
Kaesden now making his way through, almost gauntlet, but of course this part here also tricky in its own right, as you see Retro dumping off some bombs.
Yeah, mimic rooms are very difficult, but pretty fun. Retro opting to pick up those arrows at the top of the room for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Insurance. Maybe he's attempting to skip the arrows in the next room.
I don't know about it. Doing a 9 arrow climb. I don't know about that.
Well, let's see what happens now. And then, of course, get himself a key. And, yep, he's doing a 9 arrow climb.
All right.
All right, so you see here the gauntlet, always tricky because it's really the annoying, almost all the annoying aspects in the game. The lasers, conveyors, spikes at random locations, horse heads,
ice,
Stalfos, the ones that they jump and they throw stuff at you. It's fantastic. Kaesden got through it.
Had some trouble in the 3rd room, but not too
Yeah.
bad.
Oh,
You want those? Yeah. Okay.
Retro, yeah, taking a shot in the face, but yeah, definitely want those arrows. Unfortunately,
Kaesden a tiny bit slow on that last fire.
yeah, and unfortunately, Kaesden couldn't really get the 1 cycle anyway because of that first Moldorm. Jesus, I'm doing it again. The first land mode deciding to jump left, which I know can be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that was not an RNG that I think you can really catch.
Yeah. So now Retro making his way through the gauntlet. Okay. Get the Whiz Robes for Kaesden. And now has enough magic to finish out at least. Alright. Retro having a little bit of trouble there in the gauntlet.
Retro proving that he's not Josh, the only person in the whole world who likes Gauntlet 2.
Well, one day we will find another, but until then, unfortunately, that will not be the case. Yes, and so now, of course, the ever so important refill.
Ooh, going for the Gauntlet 5 arrow and getting it.
There you go. That'll save him, a few frames there. All right, let's see how Retro's Lambo 2 goes. 1 errant shot, unfortunately, could not get the 1 cycle.
Missed the, yeah. I don't think that was really his fault. Maybe there was a way to get that, but we see here Kaesden skipping the chest in the middle of that room. That chest has the key that we expect Retro to get.
And now, once again, Moldorm 2, or as might as well just incorrectly say Landmo 2, because I've been calling Landmo Moldorm all night.
Right, Helmasaur 2.
As you would.
Successfully keeping it to only 1 Moldorm fall.
There you go. Yep, no hover. Unfortunately, yep, Flip, you're correct. No hover to save the run.
It's true.
I'm not quite
Hovering
sure
is cheating, though, so...
Hovering is cheating. I'm just not sure, though, if Retro will also attempt to hover for the fans. Okay, so now...
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess we'll see now.
You were supposed to ask. That was your prep work.
This is true. That prep work I was supposed to do, as I woke up. from my nap. Now, Kaesden having to deal with this so far.
Oh, good second cycle.
Sounded like a triple.
This should be
it.
cycle, I think. Oh no!
Well, not when you don't hit anyone, unfortunately.
Oh, one of them was... Okay.
Okay.
He was confident that he had 5 hits already.
Yeah. I mean, the problem was it sounded like it too. So part of the problem is that you can't just hit Aga with all the balls at once because it won't count as 3. It'll only count as, 1.
Oh, this has gotten really out of control here, unfortunately.
Right.
That was something like an 8 cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, but Retro fell to Moldorm 2. I mean, Cold Stare 2.
Correct. I was just at almost 3 at this point. So Retro, unfortunately, did fall. Managed to recover. But yeah, no, that did throw him off a little bit there, but still has his lead.
Slashing, I didn't see, but slashing the pot is generally to get peg iframes ahead of time. It's slower because it adds a slash to the room.
Okay,
but
so
if
now
Anti-Fairy's coming at you...
Kaesden is now final. Do the Ganon.
Right, final Aghanim. Oh, misses the Trident spin.
So...
And a little bit of danger here. He can take 1 bat hit, so he should be okay.
Right.
And getting a pretty convenient phase 2 location here, so...
Absolutely. Okay, so
should be able to clean this up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, with Retro... Let's see here. Oh, okay. Looks like I wasn't, was that maybe 2 cycle? No, not 2, sorry, 3 cycle. Thank you, Magic. As Kaesden, unfortunately, his Ganon decided to blee all over the place. A lot of blee. There we go.
Wing.
Okay. More wing. Yep.
Alright, so if Kaesden gets Torch Glitch here, he's basically locked to win. If he doesn't get Torch Glitch, he's still almost surely going to win.
Alright, so we'll see what happens.
He's sticking with Lamp to make sure that he gets it, and does in fact get it.
Very conservative, but smart. Okay, meanwhile... Retro looked like having some problems, but managed to get through. Oh, but he missed the first one, unfortunately. And so, 12 spins to win. But as always, you have to make sure you have to time the spin, though, just correctly in order to actually count as a hit, rather than turning Ganon blue. You don't want that. Okay, and unless Kaesden falls... You'll be the winner.
GG Kaesden.
All right. Let's see. Let's make sure he doesn't fall first. He doesn't fall, and that is it. With a time of 1:31:23, I believe, unofficially. We'll wait for the one. Officially from the robot. 1:31:23. Kaesden is the winner. GG's in chat. As Retro finishing up his fight. Only a few more spins left to go here.
Yeah, this is going pretty smooth for him.
Yep. Alright, this should be near the end. Oh, good. Got that one on the other side. Very nice. And that'll do it. So unless Retro falls, he will be...
He's 1 pixel too high, I think. Okay, I'm wrong.
Alright, we're good.
All right. GG Retro.
Alright, so unless he falls, he will also have finished his race. And he will. With an official or unofficial time of 1:32:19. Wait for the robot. He will have now also finished his race. Yes, and the bot has confirmed 1:32:19. GG's. GG's in chat. GG's. And already in to our Discord call, we have Kaesden. We have the winner. GG's. GG's. Congratulations.
GG's. Thanks.
Yes.
Not my best run.
I won't lie to you. It was a roller coaster of emotions. Were you watching the race as it was
Yeah,
going on?
I had it up.
Okay.
I had decided going into this, like, if some disaster or whatever happens, I'm just gonna finish out until Retro either .dones or I .done. And like, if didn't have any issues, I would have forfeited when he finished. But I was gonna finish no matter what, and it kind of worked out that I was able to get back in front after a pretty awful light world.
Yeah, not a great start, but welcome into Retro. GG to you as well.
GG
GG,
Retro.
Kaesden. Hello.
All right then. So yeah, I mean, definitely, like I said, for right off the bat with having that unfortunate death, but you still managed to stick it out, managed to get through it, so that was good. But yeah, I guess I guess I was assuming that for Retro, you were also watching the race.
I didn't watch the race at all.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I just like paused it on my phone and then I just look at the chat.
Ah, I see. So that's why you kind of knew what was going on there. But yeah, again for you though, I very admirable to definitely try to stick it out given some of the unfortunate accidents that may have happened there. You did give all of us arguably probably I don't know how to say it, heart attack. I would describe it, especially with that blind fight.
Yeah.
Such fanciful movements.
Your first refight was you matrixed so many fireballs before finally going down.
Yeah. That went down because I have my own somewhat version of a script for the refight, but I messed up my my second phase and then I kind of just panicked.
I see. Well, that's interesting to know. We'll look forward to that hopefully in the future. But yeah, and then both of you, Aga decided not to really play a role there with the or for Aga 1 anyway. And then definitely unfortunately, Kaesden, I remember you made a comment on that already about how you thought you had a triple in one of those, but
Yeah, I actually, the more I think about it, I think it was the first one where the double didn't count. I think the triple did. It was the double at the start was only a single hit, but I was counting that I had 5, and then when he didn't die, I was like, what the heck? And I was just all out of sorts. So that Aga 2 fight was not pretty.
Right. Yeah, no, I also actually thought it was also the triple, what it sounded like a triple, but I thought that was only a one hit. I wanted to ask you though what you thought when you hit back in Thieves Town during Hellway. You get yourself the
I
God
don't know how
Pixel.
that worked. I have no idea.
Okay.
Some kind of frame rule or something. I got the God Pixel. Sometimes it just works if you're on the right pixel and you get the right things in the right places at the right time.
Right. Yeah.
But,
having that patch. Yeah. I didn't know
so
if
I just
you
went
knew.
for it.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you knew that was coming or not, that Patrick Star was going to get out of the way or get
No,
killed.
I didn't know. I was just YOLOing it as like, I know there's a chance, and if it knocks me out, it's not that big a deal. I still have most of my health and I can just get through the room, but it's worth a shot and it paid off.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So, I
So
guess
what I want to
Fox,
know about is
yeah.
you had 109 rupees in pot.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did.
Okay.
I miscounted math. So I saw I had 108. So I was thinking, it's like, oh, that's +4. I can skip one of the blue 5s. And then while I was running to Castle Tower, I was like, why do I only have 103? This isn't good.
Right.
So I realized it's like, it's not going to be that big a deal, though. Just boom something and just had to decide what to kill to get that last rupee.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah,
But
we
yeah, no,
weren't.
I was
sure.
aware of it on all the way through Castle Tower, so I was planning to pick something up somewhere.
Yeah, we were too. We were definitely also on top of that for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had looked at it already, and we
Yes.
didn't
panic at all.
No, we didn't notice it right after, right as you were going into the pot overworld. And so, right, and then also too, so just so you all are aware, I will need to consult your runs to see if they're valid, of course, because even though Kaesden, you did win, unfortunately you did not do the fence dash.
I did attempt it though.
You
I
did
think an
attempt
attempt
it.
should count.
I'll have to consult with them on that.
It was an honorable bonk. I think you'll be okay.
We're not sure yet. I'll have to consult with the ruling on that because it does depend. Maybe for you, given everything that's happened, maybe that might be the case. Usually a hover usually cancels that out, but unfortunately neither you hovered either, so I don't know. But we'll have to look at that later. But anyway, so I guess Retro, is there anything you would like to say to wrap us up for the evening?
I did not like coming into the Dark World +9. Like that kind of like threw me off already because I was like, I don't want to be on a pace.
Right.
For a race, and then it just went downhill.
Right, but I mean, all in all, like I said, you guys at least kept it close, which was always very nice. But yeah, Fox, did you have any other questions here? As I'm fresh out.
No, I'm out of questions. Just GG's to both runners, and especially to Kaesden for keeping it together after a ball and chain death, which has to be one of the most tilting possible things to start a race.
Not to mention knocking myself down the middle hole.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like you just were not expecting to hit Moldorm at all.
I thought I was far enough away. I was just getting the sword out, getting ready to charge a dash, get knocked back.
Right.
I hit
not
right.
prepared to be holding
I was
right.
just too late to hold right to not fall, and down I went. So
right.
Yeah.
And then Retro, same to you as well, because definitely death, especially with the blind fight, always having to do a blind refight is nightmarish. And so being able to stick out through that, highly, highly commendable. But so and then Retro, any last thoughts before we end for the evening? We'll start with you first.
No, I just thank you for commentating, Fox, Buddha. Thanks for ZSR hosting us, and just GG, Kaesden.
Yeah, GG.
Thanks. And then Kaesden, any last words from you?
Yeah, thanks for the restream, and thanks. I know Fox had a big hand in just putting League together. It's been a lot of fun. Just makes doing runs more fun than doing them by yourself, regardless of outcomes. So I had a lot of fun, get to race different people, but it's been good.
Glad you enjoyed it, and thanks for playing.
Yeah, well, thank you. And so on behalf of Fox, I am Buddha. I'm going to go ahead and kick it back to not baseball, despite her name in Discord being baseball.
Thank you. Yes, I get that a lot. Yes, thank you so much, everyone who participated in League this season. I know it's wrapping up soon. So especially thank you to our runners today, retrommel and Kaesden. Thank you to our commentators, Buddha and Fox as well, for being a big organizer of this. Coming up on ZSR tomorrow, there is another Link to the Past League Season 2 race that will be between PH and Matcap. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you check that one out tomorrow. And there are various other races going on tomorrow. Check out the schedule. There's a bunch happening. I hope I will see you at those races tomorrow. All right. In the meantime, I am going to send us on over to Willard J. Bradley, who is playing A Link to the Past. Enemizer looks pretty interesting, so I hope you enjoy that. Yeah, I hope I see you all tomorrow on ZSR, especially for the Link to the Past race. And I will see you next time. Thank you, everyone.